Hello friends, welcome back to Devtastic. So in this video, we will see how the navigation works in Flutter application. So we will create a Flutter application that navigates from one page to another page. So let's see a quick demo of the application which we are going to implement. So we have added a text field here just to enter the text, and we have a button called navigate to second screen. So let me enter some data here, sample text data, and I'll click on this navigate to a second screen button. So as you can see, right, so we have navigated to a second screen where we have a same sample test data, whatever we have entered into the text field. And also we have a back button here. So if we click on this back button, we will navigate it back to the place where we have called the second screen. So this is the implementation that we're gonna do in this video. So let's get started. So I have already created a Flutter application called Navigation. So let's start it from scratch. So void main run app. So let's create an application here. My app extends stateless widget because we are not dealing with any state properties. So we can pass this my app inside our run app. Done. So because this is a stateless widget, this has to override the build method. Okay. So now let's do this build method. Return material app. Home, let's create one more widget called my navigation app. Let's pass it here. Done. Build. Okay, let's add a button now. Okay, on a button click, let's navigate to a second page. So for that, I'll return scaffold. Okay, let's add an app bar to our application. Let's add a title that can be a simple text widget. Add Devtastic. Okay, so now let's add a body for this. This body can be a simple center widget, and inside that, let's have a simple button here. That is elevated button. Let this be an anonymous function for now. And this child can be simple text widget with navigate to second screen. Okay, let's save this. Let's run this application into our simulator. So before running the application, make sure that you have selected a proper target. Now I have selected iPhone 16 because iPhone 16 simulator is up and running here. We can open the terminal and we can use the same flutter run command. Our application is deployed to the simulator, and here we have a app bar with the Devtastic title, and we have a button in the center called navigate to second screen. So if I click on that, there is nothing happening because we have not implemented the on pressed action here. So let's do that. So now whenever we tap on this button, so we need to navigate to the second screen, right? So let's create the second screen first. Okay, so inside this lib folder, let me create a new file called second screen dart. Okay, so let's create second screen extends. Again, this is a stateless widget. Let's override the build method because this is a stateless widget. Okay, so now let me return a simple scaffold inside that body. This can be a simple center widget. Inside that, let's add a child. I'll give a just simple text widget here with sample data. Okay, so now our second screen is ready. So now we need to link between main page, I mean that is first page and the second screen. So let's do that. So whenever we click on this elevated button, navigate to second screen, we need to navigate. So let's make use of a navigator class to navigate to the next screens. So navigator dot. So now we will have push pop methods. Now we are navigating to the next screen, right? So we need to use the method called push. Okay. Again, this will take a context and the root. So the root can be material page root because we are navigating to a page. Okay. So this builder can be our context, our second screen. So here we need to add a second screen class name. So now we have created it as a second screen. I'll copy the same name and here I'll paste it, second screen. Okay. So now I'll save this and I'll restart our application, which is already running. And I'll try to click on this navigate to second screen button. Yes, as you can see, we got the sample data text in the center because we have added it inside a center widget, and the navigation happened. So now this page looks very dull. We don't have a app bar, nothing, right? So let's add the app bar to this page. So inside a scaffold, let me add an app bar. So let me add a simple title with a simple text widget here. So I'll name it as a second screen. Okay, let me save this. Let me reload my application. So I'll click on this navigate to second screen again. Yes, as you can see, we got the second screen, the app bar title, and we got the back button, and the sample data text remain as is. So when we click on this back button, so it will come back to the place where it navigated from. So this is an automated process from the navigator class. So whenever we click on this button, it will come to the previous page from where this second screen is called. So this is one way of navigation without passing any data, as you can see, right? So now here we are not passing any data, just we are calling the second screen. So let's pass some data to the second screen. Okay, so let's do that by adding a constructor to this second screen. Okay, and we need a property. Let's say I'll pass some string value from page 1 to page 2. So I will create a string variable called past data. Okay, in the constructor, I will accept that as a required property, required this dot past data. Now this is fine. So now let's bind this past data to this text. Okay, so whatever the data we are passing from the other pages to second screen, then the same data will be displayed in the text widget. Okay, so now we'll get back to the main.dart file. So here we got an error for the second screen, that is the named parameter past data is required. So let's pass that. Pass data page 1. Let me save this. Let me restart my application. Okay. So now application got restarted. I'll click on this navigate to second screen. Yes. As you can see, we got this data from page 1. So this is how we can pass the data object. So now we have passed the data as a string. So we can change it as required. So now the navigation is happening as expected. But so now we are hard coding the data. Right here, this is the data from page 1. So let's make it more dynamic. Okay, so let's take the input from the user and let's pass it to the second screen. Okay, so that let me add one edit text, so that I need to change it to the column children's. Okay, it's fine. So before this button, let me add a text field. Okay, so I need to create a controller, that is text editing. A controller text controller is equal to text editing controller. Is fine. So now let's pass that controller here. Controller. This is fine. Let's save this. Okay. So now let's restart our application. So we got the text field here and we have a button to send it. So let me add some padding to this column. Let me copy this column and put it as a child for this. Save this and let me restart my application. Yes. Let us add some hint. Let's say enter something. Okay, save this. Let me restart. Yes, so we got it. Let us add some background color to the app bar. Colors dot. Think blue gray. It should be enough. Let me save this. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty okay. So now let me change the foreground color to white. Save, restart. Yes. So now whenever I click on this navigate to second screen, the same text, whatever I've entered, should be visible here, wherever I have the text. Okay, let's do that. So whenever I'm clicking on this button here, so let me pass the text controller dot text. Now let me restart my application. Okay, the application is restarted. So I'll enter some sample entered data. Okay, when I click on navigate to second screen, as you can see, we got the same sample entered data in the second screen. So this is how we can dynamically pass the data to the next pages. Okay, so if you face any issues while running this application, so let me know. So please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.